Hi, my name is Cassie and I am the SEPA Marketing Chair, and this is part 2. We are doing this again because it's just too good of information. And this is part 2 with Joe and Jan McDaniel from BookCrafters. And this time, they want to give us an insight to a topic that we don't talk too much about, but I think is super important. And that is writing books for passion versus writing books for profit. So Joe and Jan, tell me, what is the difference? It's a little cold.
You want to take that?
A passion book is not a book that is for sale online or in a bookstore. It's a book that an author puts together for a close group of people, their friends or family, a genealogy book that has their family history that would be of interest just to their immediate family, or converting a scrapbook that is falling apart to a real book that you can put on the bookshelf, or pulling out all of those photos that are in the shoebox and putting those in a book so that you can share them with your kids, grandkids, and so forth. Or maybe documenting that fabulous trip that you took to Italy last summer and saving all those pictures with a little narrative in a book.
But the thing about relating this to SEPA, Cassie, we've been members of SEPA for a long time.
Okay.
We've done a lot of books, and probably 50% of the books that we do are books for passion. People don't necessarily need an ISBN. They don't want to do marketing. They just want to know how to write a book and how do they get it together? How do they get it formatted, and how do they get it to a printer?
Okay.
These are some of the things that SEPA can help with. But we don't often talk about these things. And we've done recently, we did a book for a 90-year-old man who had gathered his and his wife's family history, including his time in the Colorado oil business. And he wanted this book just for his family. I think he has 36 grandchildren. He wanted it for his old business associates and so on. So he was able to give us a lot of photographs and a lot of old stuff that he'd worked for a long, long time on. And unlike a new book, a new novel or fiction book, these are real life issues, real life photographs that need touching up, removing the scratches and changing, brightening them up from old faded photographs and so on. Putting it all together into a manuscript that's kind of unique, but he didn't want it to go into circulation. He just, it turned out to be how many pages?
265, I believe.
Yeah, big hardcover book. So these are the sort of books that a lot of people want to do, but they don't know how to do them.
Okay, so this was just one book. He didn't create any more copies. This was just one book, or did he create just like a number of copies for his family?
He printed 250 copies for his large family and associates, but it isn't offered through bookstores or online for sale.
Got it. So that's a big difference, where, like you said, yeah, for example, I wrote a book and yes, I did it for me, but I also wanted it out there. This gentleman this is a book for passion. He did it for himself. He did it for those close to him, but didn't per se want it out for distribution. I hear the difference.
Yeah, but you see, the SEPA service providers offer a lot of services that he could have used, such as editing and maybe even cover design. We happen to have done this one, but I know there are a lot of authors out there who struggle with the same issues that authors for profit struggle with. Okay. They just don't take it to the marketing and distribution side extent.
Got it. Okay. It sounds sweet. That's what it sounds like. It sounds sweet, right? To do a book that is completely just for you, for those close to you, and that's it. It's kind of like putting a little lock in your heart and, giving it to those just few people who, will impact.
And these authors come to us with the same issues that other authors come to SEPA with. They don't know what to do. They've got this idea for a book, or they got this manuscript, they got everything, all the pieces are just hanging out there, and they need to know how to put them together.
Got it. Okay. Still some of the, so books for profit, books for passion, still some of the same things are needed. And that's why SEPA is good, but maybe the outcome is not quite the same.
Right.
Yes.
Okay,
Exactly.
wonderful. I love this. This was such a sweet topic. And believe it or not, we're almost at 5 minutes. So remind us, where can we get a hold of you?
Our email is bookcrafterscolorado@gmail.com.
Okay.
We're on Facebook. Just type in BookCrafters on Facebook.
Okay.
We have a LinkedIn account. We have a website, which is bookcrafters.net. And
we're at SEPA meetings.
we're at SEPA meetings, bringing the bananas.
Yes, that's what I see all the time. I love those bananas. All right. Well, thank you so much, you two. And thank you guys. This has been your 5-minute tip for the week, and we'll see you next week.